Hey guys, we are going to go over your homework for this week. So your homework was on working with mixed numbers and improper fractions. So I have the homework here. I'm going to adjust this a little bit to see if I can, there we go, make it a little bit more clear. Okay, so you should have your homework sheet out in front of you. You should be looking at your answers compared to what I'm doing. You should be listening to me and seeing if your answers are correct. Okay, we've spent a while now talking about how to change a mixed number into an improper fraction. Okay, and we talked about two ways we can do this. You can do the 5 whole, so you're going to look at how many your denominator is, and right now my denominator is 5. So if I were going to draw this out, I would draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. Okay, that's 5 whole, and each one of those is cut into 5 different parts. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Give me 1 second. My drawing is not great. Okay, and I should actually have one more then. Okay, so 5 total. I'm going to color them in, and that these represent 5 whole. Okay, then my last one, I have only 4/5 of it covered in. So I'm going to break it into 5 because my denominator is 5, and I'm going to color in 4 of those. Now, if I were going to count this up, I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 out of, my denominator stays the same, out of 5. Okay, 29 out of 5. So I'm going to write that off to the side. Okay, and you can draw these out for everyone. If you're like, I'm a visual person and I need to see it, you can draw them out. I taught you a nice little trick to figure out what the improper fraction is, and basically you're doing the same thing that we did up here, except you're not drawing a picture. So if I have 5 whole ones colored in, and each of those have 5 pieces in it, we could do 5 times 5, because this is 5 groups of 5. And then I needed to add on the 4 more. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25, plus 4 would be 29, and the denominator stays the same. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. You have 1 whole. We are looking at the denominator. The denominator is 3. So if I were to draw this in a picture form, this time I'll use rectangles. I have 1 whole rectangle filled in, and that's with 3 parts. So I'm going to draw my 3 parts. I'm going to fill 1 whole one in. Then I have another rectangle that has 2/3 filled in. So I'm going to draw another rectangle. 2/3 filled in. If I were going to count all of the ones shaded, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of, and this stays the same because we're only looking at how many we broke 1 unit into, the denominator stays the same. Okay, so 5 out of 3 would be your improper fraction, or if you're using our method, you do, hold on, let me erase this so you can see it. You're going to do the whole number times the denominator and add the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2, 3 plus 2 is 5, and your denominator stays the same. Okay, I'm not going to do the picture for each of them. I just wanted to refresh your memory, so I'll go through these answers. This one, 2 times 8 plus 7. 2 times 8 is 2 groups of 8 is 16. Add 7 more. 16 plus 7 is 23 over 8. All right, there we go. All right, let me slide this up. 3 times 7 plus 2. 3 groups of 7 is 21. Plus 2 is 23 over 7. 4 groups of 8. 4 groups of 8 is 32. Plus 1, 33 over 8. 5 groups of 7 plus 3. 5 groups of 7 is 35. Plus 3 is 38. Over 7. Remember those denominators, if you notice, they're all staying the same. Okay? 1 group of 10 is 10. plus 9 is 19 over 10. 6 groups of 4 is 24 plus 3, 27 over 4. 2 groups of 10 plus 3. 2 groups of 10 is 20 plus 3 is 23 over 10. 3 groups of 9 plus 8. 3 groups of 9 is 27. If you add 8 more onto that, you should get 35 over 9. 4 groups of 8 is 32. Plus 7 is 39 over 8. 7 groups of 9, 63. Add 1 more. Is 64 over 9. Let me move this up one more time so you can see these bottom ones. 5 groups of 7 is 35 plus 6. 35 plus 6 is 41 over 7. Denominator stays the same. 1 group of 2 is 2. Add 1 more is 3. 3, and the denominator stays the same. 3 groups of 5 is 15. Add 4 more is 19 over 5. Okay, you could go back and check your work. We talked a little bit about we're going to talk about changing the improper to the mixed. We did that earlier this week. Okay, so you could go back and you could look at these. Let's look at this one right here and say to yourself, if I have 3 of something, 1, 2, 3, and I'm putting them in groups of 2. Here's a group of 2, so I have 1 full group of 2, and I have 1 left over, and the denominator stays the same. I should get 1 and 1/2. You should be able to go back and do that. Now, that gets a little bit harder when you get to ones like 19 over 5, because nobody wants to have to draw out 19 of anything. So we talked about the trick of doing, looking at the bottom number, counting by that number until we get as close to 19 as possible. So let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 is too big, so let me go back. 5, 10, 15. How many 5s fit into there? 3. Okay, so I was at 15. How many more to get to 19? 16, 17, 18, 19. 4 more. 4 out of 5. You can go back and check all of your answers. All right? So I'm going to show you a couple of these because you're going to have a quiz today. I'm going to show you a couple of the improper ones. All right, so let's do 5 over 2. This is an improper fraction. The numerator is bigger than the denominator. Right now on your whiteboard, I want you to tell me what is the mixed number for the improper fraction 5 over 2. So if you have to pause, you can pause the video, work it out on your board, and then press play again. Okay, let's go over this. This is the same as 5 divided by 2. So you're saying how many 2's fit into 5 without going over? So let's count by 2's. 2, 4, 6. Oops, 6 is too high because I went over 5. So how many groups of 2 fit in there? Whole groups of 2? 2 whole groups of 2. And I know 2 times 2, or 2 groups of 2, is 4. How many more to get to 5? If I'm at 4, I need 1 more to get to 5. And my denominator stays the same. Okay? Or this is the same as saying, groups of 2. All right, I'm going to split this into 2. 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 All right, I need to fill in how many parts of 2? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many whole ones filled in do I have? 2. How many leftover pieces? 1. My denominator stays the same. So if you have to draw a picture, draw a picture. If it's easier for you to just divide and count up, then divide and count up. All right, one more example. Let's do 6 over 4. How many times does 4 fit into 6? 4, 8. Oop, that's too high. So only 1 time. And if I'm at 4, how many more to get to 6? 4, 5, 6. 2 more. And the denominator stays the same. Or you can take something, cut it into 4 parts. You're coloring in 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1 whole one, and I have 2 out of 4. Okay, good luck on your quiz today, and we'll check back in on Monday.